Martha thought decluttering would be simple, just a few afternoons of sorting through old clothes and tossing out things she didn't need. But as she stood in her living room, surrounded by decades of memories, she felt something unexpected: paralysis. Where was she supposed to start? Every item had a story, a reason to stay. No one ever warns you about the real struggles of decluttering as a senior: the emotional weight, the guilt, the unexpected resistance from family. But Martha was determined. She wanted a lighter, freer home, and she was about to learn the 5 biggest decluttering struggles most people don't talk about, and how to avoid them. And the first? It has nothing to do with clutter itself, but everything to do with the emotions attached to it. 1. The emotional weight of letting go. Martha had barely made it past the first box when she hit an unexpected wall. She picked up an old, slightly worn-out teddy bear, the one her son, Michael, had dragged around everywhere as a child. She could still see him clutching it tightly on his first day of school, his little fingers gripping it like a lifeline. How could she possibly throw this away? This was the part no one warned her about. Decluttering isn't just about stuff. It's about the memories woven into each item: the wedding dress she hadn't worn in decades, the handwritten letters from her late husband, the faded postcards from trips long gone. Every item seemed to whisper, "Remember me? Don't you need me?" But here's what Martha realized: keeping things doesn't keep people or moments alive. Our hearts do. She learned a simple trick from a friend: keep the memory, not the item. Instead of keeping everything, she started taking photos of sentimental objects before letting them go. She even began a memory journal, writing a short note about each item before donating or repurposing it. For the truly special pieces, she repurposed them. Her husband's favorite flannel shirts became a cozy quilt. Michael's teddy bear, it found a new home with her grandson, who hugged it just as tightly as his father once had. If you're struggling with letting go, try this. Choose a few treasured items to keep, take photos of the rest, and remind yourself that your memories live within you, not in the clutter. 2. The "what if I need this someday" dilemma. Avoid this mistake. Martha moved to the next box, determined to pick up speed. But within minutes, she found herself stuck again. A fancy juicer she hadn't touched in years. A set of expensive silverware collecting dust. A pile of old electronics with tangled cords she didn't even recognize. What if I need this someday? What if I give it away and regret it? This was a battle between logic and emotion. Logically, she knew she hadn't used these items in years. Emotionally, she clung to the idea of needing them, just in case. Then she learned about the 12-month rule. If you haven't used it in the past year, you won't use it in the next one. She tested it on her juicer. It had been 3 years since she last touched it. Did she really think she'd wake up craving fresh pressed celery juice next week? The answer was clear. She donated the juicer to a neighbor who loved making smoothies. She gifted the silverware set to her niece, who had just moved into her first apartment. And those electronics, gone. She didn't even remember what half of them did. Here's the truth. Holding on to things just in case isn't security. It's clutter disguised as comfort. Let go, free up your space, and trust that if you truly need something, you'll find a way to get it when the time comes. 3. Feeling overwhelmed and not knowing where to start. Martha looked around. Everywhere she turned, there was more to do. The closet was stuffed with clothes she hadn't worn in years. The attic overflowing with forgotten holiday decorations. The kitchen drawers are full of mismatched lids and gadgets she barely remembered buying. It was too much. Where do I even start? She thought. The overwhelm was real, and it paralyzed her. She sat down, staring at the mess, feeling stuck. That's when she remembered a piece of advice her friend had given her. Start small. Start anywhere. She picked one single drawer in the kitchen. Just one. She set a timer for 15 minutes, and told herself, all I have to do is this drawer, nothing else. 15 minutes later, she had cleared out all the broken utensils, extra coffee mugs, and expired spice jars. It was a small win, but it sparked motivation. The next day, she tackled a single shelf in her closet. Then, one section of the attic. Slowly but surely, the overwhelm started to fade. Decluttering doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing battle. The secret is momentum. One small win leads to another, and before you know it, you're on a roll. And while she had made progress, there were still two challenges left. Ones that hit even deeper: guilt over wasted money and pressure from family. Because sometimes, the hardest part of decluttering isn't the things, it's the expectations and emotions attached to them. Stay with me, because you won't want to miss these next two. 4. Guilt over wasted money. Martha wasn't prepared for this feeling. She had expected nostalgia, maybe even a little sadness, but guilt? That was unexpected. As she sorted through her things, she kept coming across reminders of money spent, and in some cases wasted. The dress she bought on impulse, but never wore. The expensive blender that seemed like a great idea at the time, but ended up collecting dust. The pile of, as seen on TV gadgets she swore would make life easier, but only made her cabinets harder to close. She couldn't stop thinking about it. What a waste. If only I had saved that money instead. How could I be so careless? And then a friend said something that stopped her spiral in its tracks. Keeping things out of guilt doesn't get your money back, it just keeps you stuck. That's when Martha had a realization. The money was already spent. Whether she kept the item or let it go, it wouldn't bring the dollars back. But what would bring her peace? Letting go and moving forward. The first time she let go of an expensive but unused item, she felt a pang of guilt, but the more she released, the freer she felt. She wasn't holding on to mistakes anymore, she was learning from them. So if you're struggling with guilt over wasted money, remind yourself, the real waste isn't getting rid of it, it's letting it take up space in your home and your mind. 5. Pressure from family and friends. Don't fall into this trap. Martha had just started feeling good about her decluttering progress when the outside opinions rolled in. Her daughter, Sarah, saw the donation pile and gasped, "Mom, you're not getting rid of that, are you? That was Grandma's serving dish. You have to keep it." Then her friend Linda chimed in, "Oh, I could never give away my old things. You might regret it." Suddenly, Martha felt doubt creeping in. Was she making a mistake? Should she keep things just to keep the peace? This is a common decluttering struggle, feeling pressured to hold on to things not because we want them, but because someone else thinks we should. But here's the hard truth. Your home isn't a storage unit for other people's memories. After setting these boundaries, something amazing happened. Sarah thanked her. She realized she had been projecting her attachment onto her mother, without considering how Martha truly felt. If you've been holding on to things out of obligation, ask yourself, whose happiness is more important, yours, or someone else's expectations? Because at the end of the day, your home should reflect your life, not someone else's opinions. Alright, let's be real, decluttering isn't just about stuff, it's an emotional roller coaster, with surprise twists, guilt trips, and family drama. But guess what? You're the boss of your space. So which clutter struggle hit home for you? Spill the tea in the comments. I promise, no judgment, only solidarity and maybe a few laughs.